Hello, Crew 45. I thought I'd come back on a video. I had something that's kind of, I'm not going to say bothering me because it's not bothering me. I just see people that in the crews now or in the challenges who, for the lack of knowing what else to say, are not committed to losing the weight. They're not committed to living a clean health style. They're not committed to building real health. They're not committed to getting off of the medicines because it's hard. What I've been seeing, and not just in this challenge, but in previous challenges where I've just sat on the sideline and observed, is people complaining about things don't taste right, this thing done this thing done this or it done that. Is this good or is that good? I've had others ask about stuff that in previous challenges that Dr. L has cleared as being okay, and then other people tell me, no, it's not good because it's another, this doctor said this or this doctor said that. So, to get something straight to start with, you're on Dr. Living Good's side. I'm not associated with him other than I have followed him for years, and I've built real health by following him. And I've lost weight, and I've come off medicines. But you're on his side. Dr. Living Good wouldn't steer you wrong. He's done the research. Don't worry about what Dr. X or Y or Z says. You're here on Dr. Living Good's side to learn how to build health. That out of the way. Don't worry about the other doctors and what they say. I even asked Dr. Living Good one day about lectins because another real famous doctor, all he's about is lectins, and some of the things that we eat, he says, is not good because of lectins. Dr. Living Good says eat it. If man didn't make it, God made it. Don't worry about the lectins. Now he does say don't get into the nightshades and stuff sometimes if you're dealing with inflammation. Okay, I'm not here to dispute anything Dr. Living Good says. So, with that said, I saw a post here on Primal Kitchen Mayo and how it's separated and it turned colors, and they want to know if this is all right. I will tell you this, it's not rocket science. When in doubt, throw it out. Me, I'm a little more adventuresome. So if it looks like that, I'll stir it up, get a taste of it. If it tastes all right, I'll use it. If I didn't die by tomorrow morning or get sick, it's okay. Okay? What I have found, in this lifestyle, you're learning how to eat clean, healthy. You're using alternative ingredients, not the unhealthy foods that we buy at the grocery stores. And I've got some examples I'll show you. Right now from the front, I'm not advocating for any product. I'm not advertising for any product. This is merely for demonstration purposes only to show you what I'm trying to tell you. Period. You use what you want. More than that, you use what Dr. Living Good says use. So, excuse the cough. I'm in East Texas, and we have a lot of pollen right now, and I have a lot of allergies, so I cough a lot. this time of year. So, when you look, I thought I had a bottle of mayonnaise here, but when you look at the back of a bottle of regular mayonnaise, like Hellman's or whatever, you'll find out that it has soybean oil, it has canola oil, some of it even has high fructose corn syrup, it has cellulose gum, cellulose gel, it's got potassium, it's got all kinds of binders in there. Those binders are there for one reason, and that's to keep that from separating. And then there's other things that's been added to it just to keep it from changing colors. So instead of going from a pale green or a white to a yellow, that's what it's for. Is it good for you? By no means is it good for you. Stuff keeps popping up on the top of my screen. I hope you're not seeing it. This is a brand new phone. I don't know nothing about it. Just an example. Bottle of Heinz ketchup. If you can read this, I don't know if it's going to turn it upside down or not, but if you can read that label, you will see that it has tomato concentrate from red ripe tomatoes, distilled vinegar. The third ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. And then it has corn syrup. And then it has table salt. And then it has spice and onion powders, which if those are organic, they're all right. And then it has natural flavoring. High fructose corn syrup. Here is good for food, organic spicy ketchup. It's good for food. I don't know if you could ever read the ingredient label on this, but there it is. So when you read over here on the thing, it says total sugars, 1 gram is 0 grams added sugar. You look on the back of the Heinz, has 4 grams of sugar, including 4 grams of added sugar. So there's 4 grams of added sugar that's been put into this. Calories is 20. Calories in this one's 10. Not worried about that. Here's the ingredients in the good for food. Now, you look on the front of it, you look on this one, you find nothing about organic, GMO, nothing. You look on the front of this one, down in the bottom you will see keto, Whole30, USDA organic, certified B, I don't know exactly what that means, and vegan. And you look at the ingredient risk label, it's tomato puree made from fresh, ripe tomatoes, water, apple cider vinegar, date paste made from dates, organic powder, sea salt, garlic powder, spices, and contains mustard and cayenne pepper. And it's got all organic ingredients. Let me see what this says. This one says manufactured by Kraft Heinz Food Company, Pittsburgh, PA. Where do you think this one's made? Product of Canada. Manufactured for Good Food for Good Incorporated, Toronto, Canada. Most of the junk that's in this one is not allowed in Canada and a lot of the European countries because it's poison to us. Now, the FDA says high fructose corn syrup is okay in a small amount. I challenge you, go to the grocery store, pick up. One that I know of for sure is Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, ketchups, just about any product you pick up and you read the label on the back, you're going to find high fructose corn syrup. How many of us sit down, we barbecue a piece of meat, we put barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's or some normal barbecue sauce, and then we dunk the ketchup on it, on our fries or whatever, and then we use all these other ingredients like candies and stuff, high fructose corn syrup. Dr. Livingood says that high fructose corn syrup causes liver overload. It causes its energy overload, and your body doesn't know what to do with all the energy. So the filters has to take care of it. The liver tries to filter it out. What it can't take out is stored in fat. Challenge you. If no matter what state you're in, if it's like it is here in East Texas, you go down across from a playground in a public school, elementary school, and you see how many obese children are running around on that playground. Why? High fructose corn syrup. Public enemy number one in the United States, as far as I'm concerned, is high fructose corn syrup. How many kids drink Dr. Pepper or Coke by the bottle? I know when I was growing up I did, but back in the 1960s and 70s, it was sweetened with sugar, not high fructose corn syrup. Now it's sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, unless they've changed the label on it or the manufacturing process. I haven't drank any since I started following Dr. Livingood, so for 6 years or so, 5 years, whatever it's been, I haven't had a soft drink other than a Zevia every now and then. This barbecue sauce here, this is sweet and spicy, no added sugar, product of Canada. It has all USD is named it organic, but so has EcoCert Canada. It's all organic. It's all of the keto, whole foods, all of that. Has tomato concentrate, water and tomato paste, apple cider vinegar, date paste, onion powder, spices, garlic powder, and sea salt. No binders in it. No binders. Does it look the same as this? Well, if you can see this and compare it, this is already darker than this. And it will get darker. And you go to pour it, you put it, open it, put it in the refrigerator. It says refrigerate after opening, like every ketchup. You put it in there, you go to pour it out. Sometimes it looks yuck, but I keep using it and it's good. Now, part of what I know is because I set out to try, because I love coffee, but I love coffee creamers in it. And I set out to try to create my own coffee creamer. It don't matter what you put in it. You take just a half a gallon of almond milk and you add cinnamon spice and swerve sweeteners or some other of the natural sweeteners, vanilla, whatever you add, sit it in the refrigerator. When you get it out tomorrow morning, it's going to be separated. Everything's going to be floating. Most of the spices is going to be in the bottom. Sometimes it will be separated because there's no binders to keep it in there. So I've learned to use just an almond milk creamer with no added sugar. There's a good one out there called Nut Pods. Kind of expensive. It's clean. Here's one I want to show you. Not clean, but if you look at the top, it says no sugar, no corn, no high fructose corn syrup. I'm telling you, you got to become a student of reading food labels. You've got to. You've got to. If you want to lose weight, you want to get healthy. Like my wife goes to the grocery store, she says, I don't have time to read labels. It looked healthy, so I got it. Hence this coffee creamer. Been in my refrigerator about 6 months because I ain't using it. Probably pour it down the drain before it's over with. It's never been opened. You can see it's still sealed. But the ingredients in it is water. Now, it does have one thing going for it. It's got oleac or MLD oleac sunflower oil, and it's got another thing going for it. It's got the generic name for Swerve sweetener. Then it says it contains less than 2% sodium caseinate, which is a milk derivative. So this is not a non-dairy creamer. It's got mono and disaccharides. It's got natural flavor. It's got dipotassium phosphate. It's got gellulose gum. It's got gellulose gel or cellulose gel, gel and cellulose gum. And then it has Splenda artificial sweetener, sucralose, and carrageenan, and then salt, table salt, and then one thing called Esflame K, whatever that is. Haven't taken time to look it up. I don't want that junk. It's not, maybe not quite as bad as International Delight or Nestle's coffee creamer, Coffee Mate. But they're made out of artificial ingredients. Okay? Here's one that I keep, and I don't have the nut pods here because I just used the last of it this morning. This is one that I keep here so that when I have company come by that likes to drink coffee, and I have neighbors stop by quite often, we make a pot of coffee. It's just Texas, that's what we do. A lot of people use coffee creamer. So this is one, I'm not telling you to use it, but it's better than this. There's a big warning about this. It's loaded in sugar. Not high fructose corn syrup, but sugar. So I tell you, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, if you want to get rid of inflammation, stay away from it. But I keep it here for the neighbors and people that come in. And what it has is made out of almond milk, which is filtered water and almonds. It has cane sugar, and then it has almond oil and sunflower lecithin. It does have the dipotassium phosphate, but in natural flavors. It's got a pea protein, which I'm not real sure about. But then it has baking soda, sea salt, vitamin C. They use it, the vitamin C, to stabilize it. And it has gelum gum, which Dr. Livingood at one time said was okay. This one on the back. Here's something that I want to show you. I've done this before. I'm going to do it again. This one says 25 calories per serving. Okay? What is a serving size? 1 tablespoon. How many of you measure out a tablespoon to put in your coffee? Didn't think so. I never did. The people I've watched who have come into my house and drank coffee, They pick that bottle up just like this, and they get them a coffee cup like this, and they pour it in there till it looks right, till it gets it to that color. So I've done some experiments here with my neighbors. I'm fixing to try to get my phone down to where you can see what I'm doing. Well, come on, dude. Loosen off. Okay, I can't loosen the tilt on it, but there it is. Now it wants to fall. All right, I'll have to do it this way. Just bear with me a minute, because I wasn't prepared for this, and this is a new phone, and I'm not used to this. Okay, here it's empty. You'll see it says a quarter cup. This here, nothing in it. If you can see it, it says 1 tablespoon. What I've done is I've watched people. Here's a bottle of just bottled water, and this is spring water. It is in plastic, but it's all I can get right now until I get a filter for my house. What most people do, we've measured it out, they will use about 4 tablespoons of this. One tablespoon. Two tablespoons. 3 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons. Now, if you can see this cup, if I can get it to where you can see it, I'm going to tilt the camera. You can see that quarter cup is sitting full of water. Average person will put a quarter of a cup of coffee creamer in their coffee. That's 100 calories you've added to that cup of coffee. 100 calories of sugar. Not only that, it says you get 4 grams of sugar. 4 times 4, 16 grams of sugar added to your coffee. Now, you gonna lose weight that way? Not much. So you got to become an advocate. You've got to become an advocate for reading labels and taking time when you go to the grocery store. Don't just run in there and get something because it has something on the label that says it's healthy. I've looked at this, I've seen it, and it'll make you think it's healthy, and when you get it, it is terrible. You got to learn. May not taste good right now, but you get to eating it. It may not look good, but you get to eating it. Don't act like a little spoiled child like we've got some here in our daycare. Ooh, I don't like that. They haven't even tried it. Don't look good to them. Now, these products I've showed you, I'm not advocating for. I'm not telling you to buy them. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not advertising for them. You follow Dr. Living Good. But if you're serious about losing weight, or if you're serious about building health and getting off of the medicines, something you've got to do. You've got to do it. You've got to. Be aware of the serving size. I don't have a gallon of milk out here because we have milk all the time for the daycare. But if you look at the milk, it's like, well, I can't remember, but if you look at almond milk, even if it's got some of the packaged stuff that you buy and it's got some of the binders in it, You look, it's still healthier than milk, unless it's raw milk. But if you look at the label, the serving size on it is a full cup with about 20 or 30 calories in it if it's not sweetened. Full cup. I've learned to love. I used to drink milk by the gallons. I don't even drink milk anymore. I've learned to like the almond milk. Did it taste good when I first started? No, it didn't taste good when I first started. But I've learned to like it. And I can sit down with it and drink a whole bunch of it. And I'm fine. It tastes good. So, don't make this hard. It's only as hard as you make it. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're doing and go do it. I'm going to tell you what a pastor told me one time when he told me I had God's anointing on my life. He told me, he said, you go do what you know to do and don't you let anybody stop you. Don't you let anybody take it from you. You keep doing what you know to do. And that's what I'm telling you about building health and losing weight. You keep doing what you know to do. I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your kids, your grandma. I don't care who it is that tells you not to do it. Make good, informed choices. And I come through a generation that was not taught to test at school. I was taught how to think for myself, how to do my own research the old way at the library with the card files. What I have found. Social media, some of the search engines we got, you search something out, it'll give you a link. When this started happening in 2020, you go to some of the links, it says we can't open the link, or you can't open the link right now. You can go to one of the other browsers such as DuckDuckGo, search it out, you'll get just about the same links, and when you click on them, it will go to where it's supposed to go. They censor what they do not want us to know. And I've noticed the other people, the fact checkers showing up on some things because it's something natural and they don't want somebody to know it, or there's no the drug companies haven't. That's basically, I just read one today that said that the drug companies didn't approve it. There was no research by the drug companies. There was no idea that this drug would work. It's not even a drug. It was a supplement. So, do your own research. Do your own research. And make it happen. And just remember, this is something I learned back in the 1990s when I was real active in Amway. I built a big Amway business for a while, or a small Amway business following. And they used to tell us, if it is to be, it's up to me. And they would tell us to say that all day long to us, or every time we got a chance. And I'm telling you that about losing weight or building real health. If it is to be, it's up to you. If it is to be, it's up to me. And like Larry the Cable Guy says, get her done. And with that, I'm going to say bye.